I have got a message for Micah Morris here. The last few months, year really, but the last few months, it's no shock, it's no surprise that the last few months have been a bit of up and down for our boy Micah. And by shock and surprise, I mean it's been obvious. If you've been looking at his channel, the styles of videos he's been creating, he's been trying stuff out, the view counts have been up and down. It hasn't been as smooth of a path as, say, Grant. Grant, like Micah, had turmoil following the Good fallout, which we're coming up on a year on, which is just crazy to say in general. But he had the turmoil right after. But since then, Grant's just kind of been on a steady tick, a pretty steady. And then I'd say in the last 2 months, Grant's gone straight up 90 degrees vertical into the stratosphere. He's passed Mike in subscribers. He's encroaching on 500,000. It's incredible to see what that guy is doing. Micah, on the other hand, I think had kind of the same tumultuous start, then a pretty good rise, growing, views growing, subs growing, kind of a plateau, and then kind of a downtick. And the downtick probably lasted about a month and a half. He was doing those more vlog style behind the scenes videos, talking about wanting to not focus on YouTube and focus on other things, and that it's great. But it definitely left some questions and concerns for the future of his channel. Now, in the last couple weeks, we've seen a resurgence of content on his channel that people have come to know and love. And it's match style content, it's, stroke play content, it's whatever. More group style collaborations down in Bermuda, things that Micah's channel is really built around, at least in the past. And one thing that's hard to do is take a channel that's built around one thing and completely change up what's coming. The example I give is if you walked into a Thai restaurant and they made Thai food that you really liked, and then you walked in to get dinner and then all of a sudden they handed you chicken fingers and fries, you'd be like, what is this? I don't want this. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I come to this restaurant. YouTube channels are kind of the same. You have to be very careful when you're going about changing things. Now, it's not to say Micah won't post vlog content, but I think probably what happened is he saw on some level that his business, on YouTube at least, and he has talked about wanting to diversify his business and do other things, and that's amazing. But the business of YouTube, which his sponsors and everything are built around, for him right now is pushed forward by more classical YouTube golf style content. Match play stuff, stroke play stuff, competition, collaboration, that style of content. Not so much iPhone behind the scenes. Again, those are fine. His core loves them. And as a YouTuber, it's good to create content for your core. But I think at this point, it can't be much more than a 2 for them, a 1 for me type situation. Create 2 videos, 2 match play, challenge, collaboration type videos, and then maybe every third video you can do one. If you're trying to push this more lifestyle vlog content, then you can kind of have one fall down that alley. And I think that's kind of maybe what he's realized, because again, in the last few weeks, nothing but bangers from Micah. He's had a lot of great content. And that's really my message to Micah today, is that the video he put out most recently with the DOD King Carter, that video was probably my favorite Micah Morris video ever. And it has nothing to do, well, not nothing, but little to do with the collaboration. Nothing against DOD, he was great. I like him, I think he's a good guy, but I think he's entertaining. But it's what it brought out in Micah. If you watch that video, literally just 5-10 minutes of it, you will hear Micah saying things that I didn't know were inside of him. He was letting chirps fly that were actually making sense and were actually funny and were actually hitting. I don't know where this has been. We've seen little glimpses of this. Him and Wesley kind of go back and forth, and we've seen little glimpses of it. But this whole video, Micah was just dunking on him. And he was 3 up at one point. He ended up winning the match. So maybe the fact that he was in kind of the driver's seat of the match helped him flow these chirps. Was chirping Wesley is just not going to go very well, because 9 times out of 10 Wesley's going to beat Micah in any type of golf match. But nevertheless, the commentary, chirp, fun, jovial side of Micah literally didn't know that existed to this level of efficacy, to this level of, it actually was purely entertaining. He wasn't, kind of just there quietly and kind of saying things that didn't make sense. He was fully letting chirps fly that were actually really, really good and really, really entertaining. So I ended up messaging him right after that video. I was like, bro, that was incredible. You have to do more of that, because I think that he almost has an opportunity, and this is part of my message to him as well, is he almost has an opportunity to play on this like slight villain side of things, because obviously this guy has been getting a lot of hate recently. He's been getting a lot of negativity in the comments, both on his own videos and whatever. It's actually, I think, died down in the last couple of weeks since he started to kind of post more normal YouTube content again. But he had kind of posted semi-confrontational stuff on Instagram and little comments and posts here and there, and you know, seemingly there's still bad blood between him and the good group. Whatever, who cares? The point is, he had negativity, and he still has it. But one thing I talked about in my last video when I talked about Carter, DOD King, is that one aspect of being a creator that can help you grow is by sort of becoming infamous on some level, having some level of like love and hate both coming together. Because the reason why Jake Paul sells so many pay-per-views is just as many people who want to see him win, equal if not more, want to see him get knocked out. But both of them are buying the pay-per-view, which grows everything for Jake. And so that's the same thing with Carter. I've said DOD King, half the reason I think why he's so successful is because he's done such a great job capitalizing on the haters. The haters are still watching because they want to see him fail, but at the end of the day, they're still watching. I think Micah has this interesting opportunity to capitalize on the people who don't like him through like these trolling type comments, almost becoming somewhat of a villain. Like even in his last collaboration video with Wesley and George and all them down, that was also a really good video, by the way, the Bermuda video, George and Grant battling out to the end. He says in that video, he's like, yeah, I know everyone wants me to get out first, or everyone was hoping I would get out first or something like that, or everyone's happy I'm out now. In his own video on his own channel, which is like, all right, so he's feeling the negativity and whatever, and he feels that there's kind of a, but use that to your advantage. Like, be the villain, find a way to like, and again, I'm not saying be the villain, like be a jerk, be a asshole, like whatever, like, but find a way to create content that both, you know, makes your core passionately supportive of you, but also plays on and trolls the trolls. That's really the secret to this whole thing. And like, man, it's the most beautiful part of YouTube is like, and the internet content in general is like, no matter how much haters think they're doing with comments and whatever, it fuels us as creators. We all have it. We all see it. There's always going to be groups of people who don't like you. That's just part of getting big on YouTube or any platform. But what they don't understand is how much that conversation actually helps and fuels and grows everything, because that level of like wanting to see you either win or fail, at the end of the day, it puts asses in seats. So if he can find some way to like jovially, whether it's through the chirping, being like, again, kind of like this golf villain, like always being like, yeah, I'm just gonna hit it past you, I hit it past everyone hits the ball 2 yards, I hit it 300 yards, like ball, it's like something like that. I think he can capitalize on this, and it's like a slight brand shift a little bit, but at the same time, it brings out, I think, a more entertaining side of Mike. Anyways, if you haven't seen the video with the DOD King, go watch it because you'll understand everything I'm talking about more. And if you did watch it, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts on everything I just said about how I think Micah's trajectory can go. I think he has a great opportunity here to really excel and to kind of like bring this all back and get the momentum back and push forward. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed YouTube news recap. As always, your boy. See you later.